Hello everyone, this is JPL, and today I am joined with...
Christopher.
Yes, and we are podcasting in
Podcast name in
brackets.
brackets.
Anyway, how are you doing today, Christopher?
I'm doing pretty well. I was just like, because like sometimes like that's a question that you don't always think about. So for a moment, I was like trying to think, and like, no, I don't really have anything incredibly good or incredibly bad to report. So today's another day off, so we do this call, and after this call, maybe I'll go to get a few things. I definitely have to get laundry out. Maybe I'll do some stuff from my town work. Maybe I'll watch a movie. It's actually kind of interesting because like there's a handful of movies that like I want to watch that my roommate's already seen. So so I guess maybe it's there's just like this weekend I'll talk about a movie that I'll just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna watch the movie with Adam because I know he's seen it before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but there's two movies that I want to watch that he doesn't want to rewatch. One I've already seen before. I want to watch again. It's gonna be Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition. I'm thinking of. I always say to him like, when you're gone, I'm gonna watch it. It's like now my favorite joke of sorts. And when he comes home, he's like, "Guess what I did? I watched Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition." But I never do. I think I'm gonna push it off for my dark month, because I'm gonna be off that month, and it kind of know what I mean.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. But then there's a movie I haven't seen that he said he's seen 3 times. He says it's okay. But it's The Adam Project. It's on Netflix. It stars Ryan Reynolds. Zoe Zadana's in it. I think Mark Ruffalo's in it too. Those are the only actors I know are in it. But it's directed by Sean Levy, who's worked heavily with Stranger Things, but he also directed Free Guy, which also stars Ryan Reynolds, and he's also going to be directing the new Deadpool movie. So there's interest in that movie because of that. So I'm just curious, you know what I mean? So, and plus I like Zoe Saldana. So at least from the Guardians movies, that's all I've seen her in. But like, I feel like that's enough for me to say I like her.
Sure.
Yeah. Should we just get into what we watched, or do you want to talk about some things?
I mean, we had Thanksgiving this past week.
Oh, we did.
We did. I didn't do much. I visited someone's family's house, and we had something there.
Mm-hmm.
It was their first time cooking.
Really?
Yeah,
Did they do a good job?
It was. It was mostly edible.
Hey, at least you got some homestyle cooking.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I mean, really, no other family is ever gonna be the same as your own family's cooking. It's like no
Well, did
matter.
we invite you? Oh, we did
No,
once.
no,
No, wait, did
no,
we? No.
no. What I'm saying is like
Oh, your
your
own.
own
Oh,
family's
because
cooking.
when you said that for a moment, like me, like, wait, did we invite you? And like my brain, but we did invite you once. I think it was like for my birthday or something.
Yeah, I've been to your house once for your birthday.
Okay, I remember that. Dang.
We had pizza.
Did we eat pizza?
Yeah, you had some Domino's.
Really?
Yeah, you also had like Kroger brand Cokes or
We did.
sodas.
And okay, those are good. I guess there were other people there too. I don't remember who.
Yeah.
I could make a guess. I know people I've invited, but I don't remember when, and what year or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So, like, you always have to be polite. It's like, yeah, it's great, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
But in your heart, it's like, you're nothing like mom or grandma. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, you know, that was about it. Not much else going on. So, stuff we watched. I haven't watched any movies besides like whatever we're doing for the Barbie podcast. And in terms of TV shows, like I've watched a couple things, but I haven't really done anything. I caught up with like a pony show that I was watching.
Mm-hmm.
It just I can read the review. It's a series of like 5-minute episodes that they had for this new generation of ponies coming out, and it's not easy to watch. And so, what I said here is that it's a pretty lackluster behemoth of shorts because there's about like 70 shorts on YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
And the runtime doesn't allow for intriguing, multi-layered concepts or plots. So everything is just too simple and a little mundane. With like the simplest concepts. It's just like, oh, I broke someone's gift or toothbrush. What do I do next? And that's just 5 minutes of whatever wackiness they do to solve that. And half the times they don't even solve that. And every once in a while, it might pique your interest, but it's not able to go far enough because of the runtime. It always shorts itself. And the animation is not the most appealing, but it serves its purpose, and I think it actually fits the voice cast better than the 3D show that we have going on, which is odd. But the continuity is also at odds with the main 3D show itself, because the same episode ideas or concepts are repeated. Some scenes are just flat out remade, and so it's really hard to tell, is it canon? Is it not canon? What the heck is this? Because some things happen in this show that are referenced in the show, but then they remake some of the same scenes with the same plots. The show isn't meant to do more than be cute and give kids a quick pony kick on YouTube, but it's a real shame that it doesn't explore anything more than the same scenarios and conflicts with the same themes and resolutions. I really want to like this show, but I feel like it's a waste of time. And this has been my feelings for it for like the past couple years. So,
How much is that you watch?
uh, I've watched up until recently, so about 50 to 60 episodes. So the first 40 are on Netflix, the rest they come out on YouTube. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's what I've been watching. Not much else.
Well, I guess it's my turn. We haven't watched any TV shows. Okay. I think I mentioned the Matt Rife special last time. So, so in reference to what I was talking about before, while my roommate was at work, because on Wednesday we had a morning and afternoon show, no evening show. So I watched Monsters Inc. for my first time. It's solid. I shed tears at the end, though.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
I didn't.
Bro, Sully was so sad. It made me so sad.
I mean, yeah. He's sad.
Made me so sad, man.
Mm-hmm. What's sad is that there's no sequel.
Have you ever tried watching that TV show?
No.
The Monsters at Work?
No.
The roommate said it's not good.
I would expect, like, it's probably just gonna be like, it's fine. It's your Disney Plus thing. There's really nothing much of substance. Like I watched the Cars show.
Mhm. Oh, I'm curious. Okay, how long were those episodes?
Oh, well, I think 15 to 20 minutes.
Interesting. Because
Not terribly long.
the Monsters at Work show, like there's like 10 episodes and each of them are like 30 minutes. I'm like, dang. Put out a whole 5 hours of this.
Hmm.
But yeah. Um Also one interesting thing I noted about Monsters at Work is that Pixar's not in the name. Like all the promotional material, it all says Disney. There's no Pixar on it, which I thought was very interesting. Um, Anyways, then me and my roommate watched Old Dads, which is which is a movie that Bill Burr both starred and directed. Bill Burr is a comedian. I
Yeah,
haven't
I
seen
know.
a lot of his stuff. Okay, I haven't seen a lot of his stuff, but I'm like, you know what? This might be good, and it's not that great. Um, I think there are bits that would work in a comedy set, but not necessarily a movie. Like there's like he spends a good like a minute like ranting about like electric scooters at one point in the movie, and like that's great for a comedy special, but like movie, you know what I mean? Like it's just kind of boring. So like it's not the best paced. The story is okay. I don't know. There are funny moments for sure, but not the strongest. Then me and my roommate watched Super Bad, which is a movie where I don't love the concept, but there are definitely hilarious moments, and there's uh, one storyline as it relates to the police officers. I thought that was hilarious. That was probably my favorite part of the movie. So there were some legitimately funny parts in that. And then me and my roommate watched a movie called 20th Century Girl, and I will skip that for now. I'll come back to that later. And then my roommate said he did want to watch Monsters University with me. So we watched that. And Mike's character is not consistent. Because in Monsters University, he's the smart guy, you know? And then in Monsters Inc., he's the dumb guy. You know what I mean? And I think, yeah, a few of those like inconsistencies kind of like just like bothered me a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sully's character, that I can believe. Like his character progression makes sense to me, but Mike's does not. And even with that, like we watched the Pixar short Mike's New Car after watching Monsters University, and Mike's like, "Hey, I got a new car," and the car just doesn't work and like keeps doing goofy things, pretty slapsticky. I was dying laughing. But it just really accented like Mike's a dumb character in Monsters Inc. He's not that smart. And in Monsters University, he's the man with the plan. In Monsters Inc., he tries to come up with plans and he can't. It's just interesting, you know. And this story's fine. It's pretty kids coded, which is, I mean, I'm not saying that's bad, but I don't know. I guess for a moment I was a little more excited that like, oh, with the university aspect, obviously you can't get too nutty, but like I thought it would have a few more moments that would be more fun, and I guess I didn't get those. And I think in general I just enjoyed the story of Monsters Inc. more.
Mm-hmm.
And then last night we watched The Nice Guys, which stars Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. Um, they're a great pair in it. It's pretty funny. There's some legitimately like this is like a movie that it's one of those movies where there are definitely witty lines and such, but then sometimes some of the comedy is in the action, where it's not like let's go slapsticky for no reason. It's like this accident happens and then that happens, kind of like that trail, and it's just funny. There's like one specific thing I was thinking about, and it got me and my roommate. it kind of like that happened, like, haha, that's funny, and then it kind of happened again, and like, oh my gosh, and it's just unexpected, but it's just literally like how it played out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was pretty solid. All right, back to 20th Century Girl. 20th Century Girl is a movie on Netflix. It released last year. Okay, so one of my friends texted me something that got me a little upset, more than a little upset, but I'm gonna just keep it surface level. So I was like, you know what? I need something to lift my spirits, you know? I need something to make me feel better, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought, what better way to make myself feel better than a nice Korean romantic movie?
Okay.
And so I pulled up and played this movie called 20th Century Girl. I ugly cried. I cried so much. The next day was ruined for me.
Oh, I know those. Yeah.
And then the next day I still wasn't feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
The So we watched that movie Thanksgiving night. So Friday's ruined, and I wake up very early Saturday morning, and I hear my roommate blubbering in his room, and I stayed at his side for like 5 hours because he still wasn't over the movie. John,
What?
this movie.
Do you want me to watch this movie?
I'll be the too long didn't read is make your own decision.
Mm-hmm.
This is the long answer. Obviously, I love this movie. This is only the second movie I've decided to give 5 stars on Letterboxd. The other one being Wally. Who knows? I might bump it down to 4.5, maybe one day. But currently, I'm keeping it at 5 stars. And I recognize that maybe not everyone's going to react the way I did, but also a lot of reviews on Letterboxd reflect how I feel. Also, with you not the most privy to, Korean content, dare I say, international content. Like that's not necessarily what you're going for. You're not necessarily one to often choose to watch romantic movies. So like I don't know if this is just up your alley in general. You know what I mean? Like I think it I will say like I still I think there are moments when the circumstances were right for me. And I think for some, I'm really afraid that I've been overhyping this movie emotionally for people. I could not shut up about it at work. I was so annoying. And so I'm wondering, like, am I overselling this movie? But like, I can't deny how much it affected me. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm not gonna tell you to watch it. I would, I would like everybody to watch it. It would be interesting to hear your thoughts for sure, but I'm not gonna make you. I think also, like, if something like Snowpiercer, that's more of a movie that I'm like, I feel like is more up your alley and is also a movie I really enjoyed and I'm more curious of your thoughts on because I also feel like that's more of something you would enjoy in general. But I'm not I don't really know you to like watch romantic movies, you know what I mean?
No.
But also, if you are ever like, I want to watch a romantic movie, 20th Century Girl, okay?
Okay.
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 So yeah, that's my long answer. So Yeah, I'm not expecting to come on next week and hear your thoughts about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I honestly, like, if I was to make you watch something tonight, it would be Snowpiercer.
You know, I totally forgot about Snowpiercer.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I should probably watch it at some point this week and then talk about it. I
That's
never
okay.
did.
That's
It
okay.
just completely left my mind.
You're good. You're good. It happens. But yeah, so again, audience, if you need a good movie, a romantic movie, a movie that might make you shed a tear, a movie that will make you feel,
Mm-hmm.
20th Century Girl, a Netflix original film, please watch it. Yes, that's my spiel.
That's your spiel.
That's my spiel.
Yes. I guess like some small news. I guess this isn't really news. I just noticed that I was watching YouTube on my phone, and when I went to press the skip ad button, it only skipped one ad.
Ridiculous.
And I was like, oh, I'm very disappointed in this. And so far, I've only noticed it on mobile.
Mm-hmm.
On
Yeah,
TV,
I haven't noticed
it
on
waits
TV.
until the second ad to give you the option to skip. But it was very disappointing. It's like, oh, I'm listening to the music. I want to go to the next song. I have to wait through 5 seconds of this one ad and then another 5 seconds in the other ad. And it's like, okay, like, sure, yeah, you get yourself 5 more seconds of money, but like, really?
I'm not gonna lie, I myself have been kind of surprised that, like, when there are two ads and then they let you skip on the first one and you skip both. That honestly has never really made sense to me. But I'm like, cool, I'll take it, right? Less
Right.
ads for me. So in a way, yes, it's disappointing, but also it makes sense. But also, I think really there should only be one ad. Just one ad. Like, that's not too much to ask. Just one ad. You know, doesn't have to be two.
Yeah.
Why?
Just keep it at 2. Don't give it 6.
Oh yeah, don't give us more than two. Don't.
Right. Yeah.
That's a scary thought, man.
Yeah. Um, but then like I was thinking about something where I was thinking about No Way Home. I don't know what I was thinking about No Way Home for, but it was like, oh, No Way Home. That's like honor of like 20 years of Spider-Man films, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So then we have like, oh, Doctor Strange. That's X-Men and such. Why was I thinking about all this? I don't know. These thoughts just happened. I was on a tangent about something to myself, but then like I thought, okay, Iron Man came out in 2008. What year is it? It's 2023. Next year is gonna be 24. It's like, oh my goodness, like 5 years from now, the MCU will be 20 years old.
Mm-hmm. For a moment, I was like, why didn't you just say the MC is 15 years old? But also, with what you just said, it kind of made me think. Um, I guess 2028 might be the year to release Secret Wars.
maybe, maybe. Oh, speaking of Secret Wars, the writer
Mm-hmm.
for Loki and Multiverse of Madness is now going to be writing both Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars.
I'm not happy about it.
I'm not happy about that either. Um, I don't care about Loki season 1. I think Doctor Strange was an okay film, but like really, there were problems with the writing of that as well. Specifically, how the writer did not look towards WandaVision for writing that film,
Oh my god! Yeah, he didn't even watch WandaVision.
or I'm not sure if he even had discussions with the other people.
I know Sam Raimi, he said that he was talked through, and I think he'd seen highlights of WandaVision. but he was given the information about WandaVision. Honestly, I'm not that mad about Raimi not watching WandaVision. You know what I mean? Because he didn't write the movie. I think at the very least, for him to maybe like watch the last episode, you know what I mean, or at least parts of the last episode to kind of like see where Wanda was at emotionally, and then to provide direction. But then really at the end of the day, I think the main issue with the Wanda stuff as relates to Multiverse of Madness is the writing.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what direction you give. The character's motives are in the script, and you have to go by the script. And then also, something I was seeing on Twitter is that the main writer for Loki season 2 said that actually he was tapped for Multiverse of Madness. Sorry, Waldron was tapped for Multiverse of Madness, and so he didn't even really finish writing Loki season 1, and so the guy I think mostly in charge of season 2 actually majorly rewrote season 1. So yeah, Michael Waldron didn't even isn't even like a, dare I say, a final writer of Loki.
Right.
So I don't know, man. I'm just really frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I'll say this. I'm less mad about him writing King Dynasty, in theory.
Well, I'm
I
not
think
mad about it. I'm just like, really? That's your guy?
Hmm.
Like those are like your two most anticipated projects at the moment.
Can you choose him? Um, I think Secret Wars. I feel like I wish there were more trusted people behind that one, because that is going to be the cap of the saga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not to mention, honestly, the actual entire Marvel Cinematic Multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is going to be the cap of it.
Yeah,
'Cause
and for like a project like that, I would want someone who cares about everything that came before, cares about the comic books and that's history, and everything else, and just decides to do the best job he can, and researches everything instead of, I don't know.
Yeah, not excited. It's so over.
Yeah, Warner Brothers continues to make odd choices. In that this coming December, a bunch of animated stuff is leaving Max.
Yay! How do we appeal to kids?
Oh, so Looney Tunes, the entire classic Looney Tunes lineup is leaving Max. The Looney Tunes show is leaving Max. A bunch of Looney Tunes stuff is leaving Max. It's like, what? I don't get it. It's like, how do we appeal to kids? Oh, let's by removing everything that appeals to kids.
And
Also,
you were telling me that we took out the HBO out of Max to appeal more to families. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. Also, like when they were talking about their plan for everything, there was like, oh, we wanted an emphasis on all of these IPs. Looney Tunes was one of those IPs. It's like, we gotta prioritize and advertise this IP. Nope, we're getting rid of it. It's leaving Max.
And we'll cancel one of the movies.
I don't get it. Like, a bunch of Scooby Doo stuff is leaving as well, I think.
And we'll cancel one of the Scooby Doo movies as well.
Oh, yeah, it's a real mess. I might be mistaken on Scooby Doo. Honestly, it's hard to tell. It wouldn't surprise me if they did or something. I don't know. But that was the gist of it. Um, we've had some final confirmation from actor Mark Hamill, who announced that he will officially no longer be portraying the character of the Joker moving forward. And the reason is because it's like without Kevin Conroy to voice Batman, like it's not the same. So I understand. It's sad, but I get it. It wouldn't be the same at all.
Show over.
Yeah.
I feel like there's something on my mind, but I can't remember what. Oh, yeah. So Oppenheimer on 4K is essentially sold out.
Nice.
So, like the cheapest you can get it is like $50 on Amazon.
Mm.
I got it for 30 at Walmart. You know what I mean? Like this thing is sold out.
Right.
It's insane. So, yay, another win for physical media, but also let's be honest. How did they not see it coming? Like I understand, like let's be honest with as it relates to physical media, yes, the market is going to continue to die, but it's going to stabilize. At some point it's going to hit a floor and it's going to stabilize, right? So I'm not going to completely fault, Walmart and Target for shrinking their sections. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's smart for Best Buy to completely say no more. But yeah, so obviously, like many of these stores or studios, like they see, a diminishing market, and I don't blame them. But and then obviously there's come room for places like Criterion where it's like, oh, well, if Disney's not going to press their own stuff, we'll do it for them. You know what I mean? Criterion's the biggest example, but there are many, 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 many others that I know. Arrow Video is one. There's so many I can't name. So I mean that's really cool. And then also like now you're giving back, the power to like the mom and pops because now they could actually sell the things because Best Buy is not willing to do it. But okay, so all that in mind, we know how much Nolan champions physical media.
Yeah.
If you watch the market, you should know how excited people are for Oppenheimer to be on 4K. So, how did this happen? How did they undershoot how many copies there should be? You know what I mean? That's wild to me. That they're literally like, oh, you know what? Oops, we didn't print enough. Yikes. It's sold out. You know what I mean? That's crazy to me. And again, like I said, like I don't think that, that they should start, mass printing everything and expecting them all to sell it. They're not. But like specifically Nolan, like you should have known. The movie made 50 million shy of the billion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the audience, you know what they want, and then it sells out on 4K. That's insane, actually, which is
Mm-hmm.
great. But it's also like, how did they not know? It's crazy.
So yeah, during this past week, I found some unfortunate news in that a content creator that I enjoyed watching had passed away
Mm.
a year ago,
Oh,
and
you're late to the party,
people,
man.
yeah, a lot of people did not know until like months later
Oh,
that he
dang.
had passed away. Like initially, there was like, oh, he's probably just going on a hiatus or a break. I tend to check back on their channel like once a year or something. And so as I was doing that, I noticed it's like, huh, it's been a year since they uploaded. It's like, that doesn't seem right. Because they were typically very active. I went to their socials, like I noticed a pattern. It's like, huh, it's been exactly a year. And then I looked it up and it's like, oh no, no. It's like, oh, that's a shame. Uh it's a really shame too, because this specific creator is like one of the huge inspirations for me even starting YouTube in general. And so to see that, like, oh, this person passed away at a very young age too, of 28, was shocking. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, what was even like more shocking is that people didn't know for like a long time. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's one of my big fears. Of just like dying and then people don't finding my body for a long time. Ugh.
That's why you get a roommate.
Yeah, but like when
Do you actually still do that?
I have a roommate, but like he's on break right now on Thanksgiving.
Okay, but my point is, you're still doing it. Okay, I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
actually
yeah,
curious about that.
yeah. Yeah, we'll still do that.
Okay.
But still, it's like I could have a heart attack, and it's just me and my cats right now. No one will know until like the roommate comes back, if he even checks on me.
That's true.
So
You could smell something. Maybe the cats would start acting weird.
that's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, I've kind of thought about that too.
Like,
But then I try not to think about it too much.
no, it's very disturbing. It's like, oh no, I don't want to think about that rotting corpse. No. Anyway, there's not really much news. Like we had a shorter run time this time of just when we recorded. So
Yeah.
I didn't watch as many films. I was like, oh, I better be watching films for the podcast. I didn't watch any. I mean, I watched
Monster High.
watched Monster High, like one film. I watched like some episodes of shows. I am working on a video about some of my favorite episodes of television. Just talking about like, oh, feel good episodes. Episodes that you just like you think about and it's like, yeah, I want to watch that right now with no context, and you enjoy that. So I've been working on that. I guess that's me doing something, but it's not the same as being something else or whatever. Of course, working on the pony stuff, fun stuff, I guess. And then
You can only guess.
yeah, we had a blackout earlier today, so I was there for like an hour and a half, and it was like, oh, sitting in the dark with my cats, not much going on. I was like, man, my goodness, like we would be screwed as a species because we're so reliant on just having
really would be
technology, and it's like, my goodness, I can't operate my stove, I can't use the microwave.
Oh dang!
I have an electric stove. It's like, oh, the air runs on electricity. The fridge. I can't even uh, uh, you know, I have data to like listen to the music for the podcast, but like it was like, oh, I can't be as productive right now. Like, I want to do stuff. I gotta do stuff for Barbie tomorrow. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, not cool at all.
Not cool at all. And we're getting to that point where the sun is gonna start doing stuff and delete electricity in general or whatever. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
All right. So,
life.
mixtapes, huh?
Mixtape day.
Yeah.
Who goes first?
I guess it's customary for me to go first.
Okay.
All right. You sent me 2 months.
I did, because we're kind of starting to wrap up, and I'm like, you know what? I think we should try to stay on top of it, kind of thing.
Sure.
You know? Yeah. Do you want to talk to them as collectives or individuals?
I mean, let's do individually collective.
Okay, copy. All right, so the July one, 5-1, is Itzy's Bet on Me. That one, I will say, like the Itzy Project, they're one of my favorite K-pop groups, but there weren't a lot of standouts, so that's why I chose for that month. I might change. I think I would change it in hindsight, but whatever. Sound Plan's Antimatter. The song's fine, but I think I was also kind of like struggling to find songs. So I'm like, you know what, I'll do that. IVE has had a streak of like number ones, and this is the first time they're like at number 3 for anything. So I want. Fun fact: the IVE song, um, is actually for Pepsi.
Okay.
So it's a Pepsi song.
Okay.
And then New Jeans' song New Jeans, which you've heard before. And then NMIX's Roller Coaster, which honestly, if I think about it, yeah, I like that more than IVE. Yeah, I love that song. Anyways,
I was thinking like some of these songs, like I feel like I've heard this before in an ad somewhere. But I couldn't place my finger on it. But yes, Pepsi.
Interesting.
I heard something. I don't know. It could be making it up. Some of them just kind of sound similar to other songs I've heard. So
yeah,
I'm
not gonna argue against that.
So August, you have.
Oh wait. So that's your thoughts?
Oh, I guess okay. I'll go. Okay,
you say individually collective, or collectively individual, or so
yeah, collectively, individually. It's like you say them all, and then okay. So July.
Okay, fine.
I think the one that stood out to me the most was maybe Bet on Me and I Want. I guess also New Jeans, because we heard that song before in a previous thing. Didn't really care for Antimatter. I don't know if I remember Roller Coaster.
Shooting Star Roller Coaster.
That doesn't help me, Christopher.
So incredible.
You don't have the same vocal capacity as these girls. But yes, yeah, go to August and I'll give you some more, I guess.
Yeah, because this time I included music videos.
Oh.
Wait, you didn't watch them?
No. I saw the one for Kyle Gordon. But that I think that was it.
The girls' capitalism one was like the one I really wanted your thoughts on the music video.
I'm sorry, I was multitasking when I was listening to this one.
You're good. You're good. It's just when I remember when I sent my 21 list, and I just chose like I like put on visualizers, and then you comment on the visualizers, and I'm like, well, dang it! So he freaking watches what I send, even though that wasn't the point. So I'm like, oh, this time around. But I probably should have said something. Not a big deal. Anyways, we have Under the Gun by Mouth for War. A subunit of Triple S called Lovelution, their song Girls Capitalism. Guan On B's song The Flash, Stacy's song Bubble, and Kyle Gordon as DJ Crazy Times Planet of the Bass.
Tell me about that song.
Oh my gosh. Okay, fine. Apparently Kyle Gordon is some like internet comedian or something like that. And he did this like little bit on he first posted it to TikTok and then it got viral on Twitter. But basically like, how like songs were in Europe in the 90s or something. It was just like a small clip of like the chorus and the rap part. That's all it was. And it went viral on Twitter. I'm talking probably like 100 million views or something. Like rarely anything goes that viral on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like I'll see tweets with like 10 million views, and that's impressive. You know what I mean? But like this video went nutty. And I'd seen it on Twitter a little bit. Like like I recognized the visual, but I never like listened to it. Like I kept like shoving it off. And then finally one day I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to it. and I'm like, this like ironically bops. It's so much fun. This is so funny. And so, and because it went so viral, he decided to turn it into a full song. So he did. So that's what that's what it is. It's just stupid fun. That's all it is.
Yeah, it confused me because, like, hold on. This sounds nothing like Christopher's normal music. What is this?
This is
Um,
this is something like you would show me, I feel like.
but not because I thought this was garbage. Um, I didn't really care so much for the
But
August
John,
lineup.
John, John,
Yeah.
women are my favorite guy.
Okay. I got the
Of
joke.
the world, stop the war.
Whatever.
Okay, John, fine.
Yeah,
Go on.
I'm sorry. August was not my favorite. I just the
What's your
music just
favorite
didn't
song?
stand out. For August, I don't know if I have a favorite song. Maybe Bubble. I don't
Okay.
know. I did just nothing stood out to me in August.
I
Like,
will say, like the girls' capitalism song, the song itself doesn't really stand out, but the music video is fun.
yeah, I probably should have. I thought
Yeah.
about it for a second,
Uh-huh.
but then I was like,
You're fine.
nah, I'm in a blackout right now, so I
You're
don't care.
you're fine.
um but yeah, so like of these two, I think that again the ITZY and the IVE were probably the ones that stood out to me the most, although I don't know if I recognize them right now. But yeah.
Okay. Great.
Great.
Um, part of me is like, do I want to make you watch the music video or at some point or not? I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a mix.
So I gave you my random mixtape, which then is essentially just a fixture of songs that will pop in my head at any time. They're like earworms, but like you don't even listen to them. They just pop in your head, and it's like, why? And you just sing the whole song. Also, this could also be categorized as some of these songs I wanted to include in other mixtapes, but just had no logical reason for them to put in there
Mm-hmm.
for some reason. Yeah, so the songs are Seek from the new Among Us game mode, the end theme from the Powerpuff Girls, Come On Eileen, the Save Ferris cover of the song, Don't Stop, the Fat Bat remix, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger from Daft Punk, Strike First Extended from Cobra Kai, Ain't Nobody Got Time for That, Auto Tune remix of Sweet Brown, Trixie's Good Side from Matt R., My Love is a Star from Christian Santiago, Waving Flag by the Coca-Cola Celebration mix of the 2010 World Cup, Yako's World from Animaniacs, and Fallen Kingdom, a Minecraft parody of Coldplay's Viva La Vida by Captain Sparkles.
Okay. So because this playlist is a little more diverse, it's easier for me to go more song by song for this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I had never played the hide and seek mode in Among Us, so I've never heard it, and I was surprised how intricate the song was for like background music.
So,
I Mhm.
interesting thing about this is that this song doesn't essentially plays in the background. What it does is that if you're the hider, you get like the first few seconds of the calm instrumental. But if the imposter gets closer to you, then the music kicks up to the more electric guitar sound. So you can
Ooh,
kind of tell if it's closer to you by the sound of the music.
that's really
And
cool.
then there's like a point in like the last few seconds of the game where he goes on like on a rampage mode, and all you hear is just loud music, and it's very terrifying.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Um see. Yeah, I think that's really cool, and I enjoyed the song.
Hmm.
The Powerpuff end theme, I honestly don't remember that much, but I mean,
I
it
mean,
is what it is. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's
Nothing.
nostalgia for me, essentially.
Yeah, it's nothing to hate, but nothing to stand out really on its own. Come on, Eileen. I think actually the second time I listened to it, it kind of like stood out more. It's kind of fun, you know.
Yeah, I prefer this one over the original.
I prefer the
I
original.
like the faster tempo of this song, and it has a female vocal for this one, which I thought just was a better change of pace.
Uh-huh. Um, don't stop. I listened to that one 2 times, but I don't know how to quantify thoughts
Okay.
because I don't care for it that much. It's interesting. I mean, it like has a fun beat.
Yeah, I care more because I included the music video, quote unquote, that I associate the song to. That's where I heard it the most, and so
Mm-hmm.
I think of the visuals more than the actual song.
Mm. Okay. And then Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger by Daft Punk. That one was interesting. First off, it always throws me off with Daft Punk because I never remember how their vocals are. And then I hear a song like, oh right, that's how they're always like. Um, but I really liked. It's very interesting how like I think from my me remembering of observing it, the music is pretty repetitive, but so it's the vocals
It's
that
popular at parties, I would say.
I was wondering about that. But it's the vocals that like they choose to do interesting things with. And I thought and it's almost like the vocals themselves are an instrument.
Yeah.
And so they chose to do some fun things with that. So I really enjoyed that one.
Uh,
In
they
concept.
played this at our first convo.
Really?
Yeah.
I
That's the
do not
convo that they gave us the glow sticks, and we had to raise our glow sticks to the beat of the music.
I don't remember that at all. Dang. Crazy. Huh. And then you have the Cobra Kai. Um,
Strike first.
mhm.
This song plays at the end credits of the episode.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, fun for what it is.
I like the '80s sounding synth vibe that it
Mm.
has.
Mm. Okay, it's interesting because both Seek and Strike First are like more guitar-driven tracks, so you don't mind guitar, I guess, right?
It
Or is it?
depends. I guess it depends at like what the tempo is, and also how loud is the guitar on the track.
Interesting. Okay. And then the ain't nobody got time for that.
That's
That
an
was
old
my
meme.
yeah. That was my first time hearing it. That was great. I love that. That was fun.
Mhm.
My gosh. Trixie's Good Side, I didn't really care for.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a remix of sorts, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the last song. It's a remix of something, so I thought, okay, I could probably include that since the last one was also a remix.
hmm Um, I think as it goes for remixes, unless you're at a party bopping to stuff, or unless it really, really stands out to you for some reason, there's not always a lot of association. We're like, oh my gosh, what a fun song. It's more like, oh, because this is a remix of something, it's cool, you know?
Sure. It's also because this one like got stuck in my head. It was like, oh, okay, I
Mm-hmm.
guess I guess I like this song now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Christian Santiago's My Love is a Star. Um, I'll get the negative out of the way. I'm not the craziest about his voice. I
Okay.
think when he sings more in that lower register, I kind of like, but then when he kind of goes higher, I'm not a fan of it. However, like it sounded in general. It sounded good. Um, and it reminded me uh, uh, of Silk Sonic, which is a project of Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. There's a song that I think it was the lead single. I think "Doors" in the title of it. Um, but it reminded me of that. So like, and it sounds pretty solid. So uh, maybe not necessarily a song I would actively return to, but also like it's pretty cool. Also, you said he was a Liberty guy.
Yeah, he was a Liberty guy. He was my coworker when I worked for Greg. Um, he he's a pretty cool guy. I think Greg helped out with some of his songs
Mm-hmm.
because Greg is a ghost producer
Mm-hmm.
who produces music, and so some of his songs he worked on. I got to hear some snippets of it while he was editing it, so it was cool.
So did Mr. Santiago like did he ever like go to open mic and perform this or something?
He, I don't know if he performed this at open mic, but like he was at the school of music that he did
And he
stuff
did
at.
performances there?
At probably, yeah.
Because I just feel I don't know because like this YouTube video has 155 views. I just feel like because I feel bad because like I know Liberty people that like it's almost like they're decently well connected that anytime they release something like you could probably get like 1,000 streams by the end of the year kind of thing. You know what I mean?
He also has it on Spotify, so he probably has more there.
Maybe I'm curious how many monthly listeners he has. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
look that up right now.
Yeah.
I apologize.
This song was part of his latest album
Oh, he
called
released
"Only
an
Me
album.
and You."
He
Oh yeah,
has
he has a couple albums.
a couple
His
albums.
his new one, I think, is my favorite. Is
That's a full album right there. Oh, he has vinyl. Interesting. So he has like 400 um listeners.
on YouTube.
Interesting. No, on Spotify,
Okay.
414 monthly listeners.
Hmm. And that's
Interesting.
mostly like probably the theater students and the school of music people
Yeah,
listening. So
interesting. Um, yeah, there's definitely there's part of me that wishes, oh, that's cheap for a vinyl record. What do you do to press it? Interesting. Yeah, I just wish he had more people listening to him. Am I the biggest fan? No, but like, there's a market for it.
yeah,
So
and that's just one song.
yeah,
Um,
I guess it's just sad to me that like he doesn't have more of an audience. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wish more people who enjoy this kind of music would listen. Okay, Wave and Flag. No, I have not heard this song before.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, and I also don't really care for it. I guess it's probably I think on this list probably the least interesting song. Um, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah,
From what I
you
remember,
had
there's like
again. You had to be there. It was a song that took over the world. It's
interesting.
nostalgic. Um, it's was a crazy time for sure for
Yeah.
soccer. It was great.
Um, I thought it was interesting. From what I remember, there wasn't much of like a bridge. It was just like O's, and then they did the chorus again. I'm like, dang it.
Also, like this is the Coca-Cola remix of his original song. So
Interesting. How different, you know?
so here it sounds very obvious that like they repeated some things because sometimes his vocals just out of nowhere would sing a different thing. That's like, oh, he didn't do that naturally. There are some different lines of dialogues.
Hmm. Interesting. And then we have the classic Yakko's World from the Animaniacs, which I believe I've heard before. So
Yeah,
I've never
he
really seen the Animaniacs, but that's a classic one from them.
yeah, Rob Paulson, who sung this, he came to the SonicCon a year or two ago, and he sung this song live there at the convention, and he knows everything from memory, which was very impressive. So
Sorry, I just quickly opened up Twitter and yeah, it mentioned the Looney Tunes thing. Like that was the first thing I saw. Like,
mm.
dang. Like it was funny because I was on Twitter, probably like on the toilet or something, and then like literally like the tweet that like was tweeted after I got off was the Looney Tunes thing. Yeah, it was so sad.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
I mean, we also got like a little snippet of like Agatha Darkhold Diaries as
Yeah.
well. I don't know if I really care.
I'm still at the MCU phase where I'll watch things, but I don't care either. Yeah, so yeah, Animaniacs classic. The Fallen Kingdom parody. I realized while listening to this, I've never heard the original song, so there isn't necessarily a lot for me to be like, oh my god, a parody. It was just a song to me, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a song to me as well. Like I listened to this song first before I heard the original,
Uh huh.
and it's like Kroger constantly plays the original at the store, and every time I
Hmm.
hear the opening to that song, it's like, oh my gosh, it's Fallen Kingdom. It's like, oh no, it's just Viva la Vida. Oh, it's not the same.
So yeah. So to pick a favorite would be hard. I mean, Seek is solid. Come on, Eileen is fun. Harder, better, faster, stronger is solid. Um, I'm not in love with it, but respect to Santiago. Um, I mm, also there ain't nobody got time for that. It's a lot of fun. That might be my favorite one.
Really,
Yeah, yeah.
the
There we
joke
go.
song. There you go.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, I gave you a detailed one this time. I was able to remember them all.
I was
Pretty
thinking
much.
that it might be more detailed because like it's less it's less unified and more. I try to alternate some things to
Yeah,
make it more simpler for you to listen to. So
yeah.
cool, great,
But do you have another
enjoy.
mix for me?
This is my final mixtape for you.
Interesting.
Ooh, it's the last one I have. Also, I think it's the longest mixtape I have.
That's fine.
So it is my movie mixtape 2. So I made another mixtape. I don't know if you remember, like 2 years ago, I made a mixtape for like movies,
Hmm.
soundtracks that I liked. So I have come back and was like, there's a lot more music from films that I enjoy that I just wasn't able to put. Let
Hmm.
me put it here. And then conveniently it's like, oh, okay, I guess they'll work as finale too. So yes. So for my movie mixtape number 2, I have for you Ray's theme from Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Hedwig's theme from Harry Potter, the main theme from uh,
Charles.
Jaws, the specifically John Williams' greatest hits version of the song, Requiem from Aliens vs. Predator, uh, Godzilla from the 2014 Godzilla film, Frankenstein's monster from X-Men First Class, Schifrin and variations from Mission Impossible 3, uh, the Jurassic Park theme, the Ministry of Magic from Harry Potter, Discombobulate from Sherlock Holmes, The Adventures of Tintin from The Adventures of Tintin film, Concerning Hobbits from The Lord of the Rings, and Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. That is my list of songs for you.
Cool. My list of songs for you. So we're doing 2 mixes. We got September and October mix.
Mm-hmm.
September with Emergency by Red, Topper Cliff by Kim Sejun. That one I might want to watch the music video for.
Okay.
It's not honestly. Girls Capitalism was like the one. This one I honestly I'll probably just ask, did you watch it? And you say no, I'd be like fine. Sensitive by Lucemble. Have the Nerve by Invent Animate. Invent Animate's a band that we've talked about before, and this was a song that I've been curious about your thoughts of. And then Back in the Building, I've with Either Way. That was a pre-release song, and they released an EP later on, and that will be featured in the October mix, which I'm pulling up right now. Okay, so number 5 on my October list. My dad's been releasing music for a minute, and I've not been the craziest, but this one is my favorite one out of them all. And like, I feel like all the songs, there's like things I would adjust, and this one, I'm like, you know what? I'm fine as it is. So from the Stuart Patty Project, Legion, and then we have Hard Knock from Tala, and we have Stereo for Encore, and then we have the Sixth Great Extinction from Theocracy, and then we have from the Queens, Off the Record, from Ive. So those are my 2 mixes. Yeah, I guess I was just thinking, like, I guess after this year, they'll be back to just like giving you just my yearly top 10 mix, unless there's a random song I want your thoughts on.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been thinking about like the movie top list. I haven't started on it, but I've also not watched a lot of movies from this year, nor have I like seen a lot that I love from this year.
Yeah. It's been
But
a hard year.
yeah, but like I definitely want to get to that and like try to watch some things. So
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, I feel like more like December and January is probably when I'll like have more of an emphasis on like trying to watch some things.
Mm-hmm.
I think especially January. I think January, like I'll have that month off. I don't know when we'll do it, right? But I'll kind of mentally be like, okay, need to stock up kind of mentally. And then when I have like a 5 I'm happy with now, I'll probably like ease up and then not go so hard on it, you know?
Right.
So yeah. Do you think we'll be able to do it in January, or do you think it won't work?
What, top 5? Oh yeah, we're fine with January.
Okay, cool.
I mean, yeah. Like we can go as late as July.
Right, but I wasn't sure like how late we were gonna go. I think in theory, kind of be nice to knock it out. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because especially I won't be available in February.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we're good. We're good. We're all set.
Okay. Cool. How's your top 5 coming along?
I don't have anything definitive. I just constantly remind myself what came out this year, and it's like, what's gonna be at the number top? It's probably Oppenheimer, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm just thinking, like, what do I really want to include on that list? I'm gonna talk about things and be like, I was very disappointed. There's a new Japanese Godzilla film coming out this Friday.
Are you gonna go see it?
I think I'm gonna go see it.
Do it.
I think I will. Just add another film to this year.
I'm excited for you, honestly. I hope you enjoy it. I really do.
I will enjoy it enough. You know?
Have you watched trailers for it?
I have. Looks cool.
Okay.
I mean,
Do you think it, just from trailers, do you think it has a chance of cracking your top 5?
typically I don't know. I don't know. If I just take a look at like how I also view most Godzilla films, it's like, yeah, I'm there for the monster action. Probably. It could be number 5, maybe. I'll probably just put it out at number 5 out of spite. Like, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I hope it's good.
I hope it's good too. Monarch isn't doing it for me, so.
Yeah, how far into that are you?
3 episodes, and it's a weekly release, so it's like,
How many episodes are there? Like 8, 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, the things I've been hearing about Monarch, it just sounds like a very show.
I mean, it's well put together, but like, you really have to care. I care enough to watch it eventually.
So it's almost like there was the budget for everything but the script. Is that kind of what it is?
I don't know about that.
Because I feel like the one thing I'm hearing about is like people just don't really care about the characters.
Yeah, it's partially true. I mean, that's just the case with most Godzilla films. We don't care about the characters at all. We just care about Godzilla. And if he shows up, then hooray, hooray, good film.
Gotcha.
I think that these are slightly more interesting than your average Godzilla film, but I don't I don't fully care.
Yeah.
About the story. I'm just like, I'll watch it.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, it's whatever. We'll probably have a Google Doc about our top 5 lists, just so you can you can see what we also have for our own.
So would I see your lists
in
advance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Typically, me and the other people, we sometimes like to see what the other people are going to do in case we want to switch out our own to something that they don't have.
Okay. Gotcha.
If there's a film that we really want to talk about, it's like, oh, okay, then I'll switch mine for this.
You know what? It's okay if I just like look at my stuff and talk about it right now. Like not in detail, but like how I'm feeling right now. Yeah. Because again, like I said, I'm expecting to watch more. So I'm just like curious. Okay. A thing. I guess Jesus Revolution was this year. That wasn't a horrible movie. It's not too bad, but I don't love it.
I should probably watch that.
It's fine. It's on Netflix, actually.
I know. I should probably watch that and add it to this year.
Yeah, Tetris was fine. Dream was fine. I feel like the apps. Honestly, Guardians is my number 1, and Oppenheimer's number 2 right now. Like those are like the only ones that I'm confident that they'll probably stay on the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Guardians, Oppenheimer, and Spider-Verse are the only films that are more than 3 stars.
Spider-Verse is something I need to watch. Yeah. I feel like if Oppenheimer is to overtake Guardians, I'd have to rewatch it because I didn't love Oppenheimer enough to place it above Guardians. Guardians told more that emotional story that I wanted that I didn't really get from Oppenheimer.
Guardians, for me though, I liked it the first time, but like after rewatching it a couple of times, I don't feel the same about it.
You've watched it a couple times?
Yeah, I've watched. Yeah, because I watched it again in theaters with someone else.
And did you watch it with your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, Oppenheimer. Sorry. Guardians. I saw a second time to show my roommate. So, like, I think it's not as strong of a watch the second time, but it felt still strong enough for me, I guess. But like, the rocket stuff was emotional enough for me to like be on board with it.
Yeah, it's when I pay attention to everything that's not the rocket stuff that I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Is the rocket stuff really enough to bring it? Maybe not.
I see what you're saying.
I don't think it's my number one.
Yeah,
It
I
might
see.
be top 3 though. We'll see.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
I might not even include it. Just to, if you have it, then I'll probably do something else. We'll see. I don't know.
but like, shouldn't your top 5 be your top 5? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like here, let's say if Guardians was my number 5, but there was something that was contesting it, but I saw one of you guys had Guardians, like 1 or 2, then I'd take it out. You know what I mean? Like, that makes sense to me. So I can
And
feature
like we
something
would
else.
mention the film, of course, as well. Yeah.
Well, I guess Past Lives released, but it's very solid, but I don't know if it's like top 5. Yeah, it's just Guardians and Oppenheimer that are, unless other things blow me out of water. Yeah, I mean, other solid movies that I saw. I mean, Dream is solid enough. Jesus Revolution is solid enough. Past Lives is solid enough. I feel like that would be my tentative like top 5, but like very much like I would like for it to evolve. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm
I
looking
know.
at what films I watched this year. I find it really weird that the only film of this year that I watched after Oppenheimer was Five Nights at Freddy's.
I feel like looking at you guys' lists, um, maybe I'll get ideas of things to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not necessarily to make you guys remove it from your list, but just for me, be like, oh, I want to see it. Oh my god, that was a good movie. I want to recognize that too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I do. I definitely have least favorite film of the year, and that's going to be a hard one to replace. And it's not Sound of Freedom.
Okay.
Interesting stuff. Oh, Sight and Sounds. I Heard the Bells is now available on DVD. You can find it at your Walmart if it's not sold out. The 2 Walmarts I visited, there were no copies of I Heard the Bells because apparently it was sold out. There was the price tag, so I would assume it's sold out. And plus, also here being in Branson, like it'd probably sell out.
I mean, they shrunk my Walmart DVD section, so
yeah. But yeah, it's available at least at Walmart. Um, it's available digitally. You can watch on the site. It's on TV as well. So if it interests you, curious of your thoughts of sorts. I personally don't love the movie myself, but it's not the worst movie I've seen.
what is the worst movie I've seen this year?
I have a worst movie.
Oh,
I Heard the Bells was last year, by the way, but I just want to recognize it just released on physical. So
I guess, yeah, that looks like the worst just by looking at the scores. Yep. Probably this one.
I guess you're keeping it surprised.
I wonder if we have the same one.
No, we don't. We don't. Mine's
Okay.
not a Marvel movie.
Okay, well, mine is.
Yeah. Yeah, no. This movie, I would rewatch any Marvel movie over this one. I'll rewatch any Marvel movie 5 times before I rewatch this stupid movie.
I don't know if I've had an MCU film as my least favorite. That's interesting. Yeah. First time for everything, I guess.
Okay, so we have a top 5. We have a least favorite. We have honorable mentions. We have looking forward to next year.
What are we looking forward to next year?
Okay, so that's the list. Okay.
That's the list. I'll send you a Google Doc at some point.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah, I guess surprise to you people who are still listening. Yeah, Christopher may or may not be part of the top 5 of
Oh,
films.
we didn't say that on.
We I don't think we ever said that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spoil that.
Oh no, it's fine. It's
Okay.
fine. Yeah. So we're working on that. That should be exciting. You know, it's the first time in almost 5 years that our two co-hosts are going to be in an episode together. Who'd have thunk?
I would have thunk.
Yeah.
Does he know about it?
Yes, he knows. Yeah.
Is he cool with it?
Yeah, he's cool.
Okay.
It's like I don't have any.
Is he on
guests.
Letterboxd?
He is on Letterboxd.
Oh, what's his username?
Oh, I'll send that to you after the podcast. Yeah.
You're only following 6 people.
I know.
I guess it's the first one you're following. Is it?
Is it? I don't know. Who am I following?
6 people.
Can you tell?
I don't know. You don't want to tell me who it is, so I'm thinking I shouldn't.
I mean, I'll send you a link to him, but our listeners are very confused right now.
Yeah,
but
they are.
Yeah, top 5. That will come out at some point.
At some point.
It should be really fun to have these two together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exciting for you because you're now watching films, and I'm excited for this interesting thing that we may or may not be doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're most likely doing it, but still.
Yeah, I think again, like this year, I've been since the MCU, like I've started to understand movies more and appreciate them more, and yeah, it's interesting. And then also, I've sort of realized how much I like movies more than TV shows. But also, like, I'm not seeing. We talked about the TV show thing before, so I'm not going to over bring that up. But yeah, I think like there's sometimes. I mean, Inception was the first example where it's like you can really tell like a very interesting, compelling, thrilling story in a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like been a continual like thirst to find more movies like that. And not that I want to see those kind of movies all the time, but yeah.
Yeah. The last few years has been a bit of a struggle for my top 5 because I feel like there's less and less films that I'm excited for and really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So last year wasn't so bad. We had some decent ones last year. But still.
Man, I'm actually really curious. Like, I almost want to do like an honorable mention list of like, and you kind of said something like I probably could, but like if like just like a little list of like movies I saw for the first time this year. You know what I mean? That people would recognize.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you a little section for you to talk about that.
So you're saying you or your friend wouldn't want to do something like that?
I would allow you to do that.
Gosh, fine. I mean, if we're being honest, 20th Century Girl is. It was so funny because last week I'm like, it's The Lighthouse, maybe The Witch and Snowpiercers, and then now I'm like, it's 20th Century Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a solid. Yeah, I am seriously. I guess I also saw Parasite this year for my first time as well. That'd be yeah, like that's a pretty solid 5. 20th Century Girl, Parasite, The Lighthouse, The Witch, Snowpiercer. It's a pretty solid top 5 first time I saw this year. I like that list. Yeah.
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 Who knows if I'll binge and get some more films in this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to much, so.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the John Wick movies or not?
I haven't seen them.
Oh, you haven't? Is that something you're interested or not?
Kinda. I've seen clips, and I think that the action's cool. I just haven't seen it. I think like they were never in a convenient place for me to watch.
That makes sense. Because I'm curious, like, would John Wick 4 make it to your top 5? How interested are you in the creator?
Who's the creator?
There's a movie from the director of Rogue One.
Oh, the creator.
Yeah.
So I was when I saw the poster, but when I watched the trailer, I was like, maybe not as much.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Mission Impossible?
Which one?
In general,
The
and then
series?
yeah, and then if you have interest in the new one.
I mean, the series has always been an entertaining watch. Whenever I watch it, it's like, yeah, sure, you're gonna get like a fun little Mission Impossible spy stuff that's entertaining to watch. Get some cool stunts with Tom Cruise doing whatever he does in each film. Um, I'm a little tired. I feel like the last film should have ended the series, but like they keep trying to top themselves with a way to end the series, so it's like, okay.
Okay. Yeah. Just curious.
Yep. Yep. That's that's it. That's what I got.
That's what
So
you got.
that's that's where we're going. Um oh,
Ooh, what?
never mind. That came out last year.
What was it though?
No, there was an anime film that I was thinking about. It's
Oh.
like, oh no.
Do you have interest in that Studio Ghibli movie or not?
Um
Boy in the Heron or something?
Eventually.
Hmm. I guess not in time for the top five.
I prefer the older Ghibli films than the more recent ones.
Interesting.
So
Does it depend on the director for you? Or you just think of them as just all Ghibli?
no.
Because my roommate is like, he just talks about this one director, and that's all he really cares about. And so, like, this new one is from that director.
Hmm. Cool. So
It's really interesting about like the Ghibli movies, the two that I've seen. It's like they're so high concept, but they're so chill. You know,
hmm
it's so strange.
yeah. I don't have much else to talk about. If
I got
there's
one little 30-second thing.
okay, let's go.
So I've made a decision about my facial hair. Um, I need to get a new driver's license at some point. I don't want this on my driver's license. So I will be getting rid of it. When specifically, I don't know, but I will. So I'll come December, I'll probably just at least clean up a little bit because I have some odd hairs hanging out from odd places. But
Yeah, yeah.
and I hate the cold, so I'll keep my peach fuzz insulation for a little bit.
Mhm.
But um, yeah, I might. I'm gonna be getting rid of it at some point, but I
Yeah.
don't know when specifically. So
Did you do anything exciting for Black Friday?
I mean, I've been buying things throughout the month. I didn't buy anything on Black Friday specifically. Probably after our call, I'm probably gonna buy some things.
Hmm.
Look at a few sales and probably make some purchases. Um, but I mean, I got like 4 criterions. Um, so actually, just I got in the mail today 2 of them. One of them is the Princess Bride. Is it the Diary Bride? What was the movie you saw showed me?
That I showed you
Yeah, the
the
Princess
the Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna hold off on getting that one, but like with the initial release was like in this like book, like packaging, and then I saw something that was along the lines of, oh, but eventually they're gonna revert to like the standard packaging, which makes sense. Like, oh crap, I want to get the special packaging, right? So I jumped on it because I was legitimately like, yeah, I'm not gonna get it right now, and I decided to get it. And then I got a green movie called Secret Sunshine, and then in my Amazon order, I got Citizen Kane, And then Martin Scorsese has like this film preservation project or something. So it's like a collection, I think like 6 to 8 films or something. One of them's Korean, so that's why I got it. But that's also coming in the mail. So yeah, a few things there. So I think that's probably more or less the more interesting. I don't think I got any records for Black Friday. There's one thing I want to look into that I might do. I don't know. Um, yeah, pretty much Criterion was the main thing. There's a handful like random movies I want to get. I want to get like Happy Death Day at some point. I'm probably like gonna get off like eBay. So I'm waiting till like next month because I spent a lot this month and I'm like, I'm like chill, Um, and also mentioned the movie The Interview. I want to get that as well. I feel like those are like my main two like movies I want to like get right now. Yeah, what about you?
I didn't go out and purchase anything.
Hmm.
I thought about it, but then I was like, nah. I know I'm getting a good amount of stuff for Christmas that I let my family know that I am interested in. So that is, I was like, I think I'm satisfied with what I have suggested.
Hmm.
That I may or may not know based upon purchase history. Um, but yeah, no, I thought about going to like the Walmart to see, like, oh, what do they have in terms of DVDs that's lowered price. I
Hmm.
thought about going to Barnes and Noble to see if anything's lower, but then I was like, you know what? I don't need to spend money. Do I really need any of this? No. So I can wait a whole nother year if I need to. So I'm satisfied.
Hmm.
And I didn't do anything. I thought about streaming services, but they all come with ads, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Hmm.
I can pay for no ads. I'm tired of the 90 ads that you give me.
Hmm. I have a question.
Yeah.
So the binging Barbie letterbox profile, is that specifically your friend's thoughts?
That is specifically for the binging Barbie, based upon
A consensus review?
a consensus review of what we both talked about in the episode.
Interesting.
So,
What did you give Lady Bird?
what did I give Lady Bird?
Yeah, because on the profile I see 4 out of 5, and that just makes me laugh a little.
Oh, well, let me.
I could look it up. I'm so dumb.
You could look it
I'm
up.
right there. You gave it 3 stars.
Did I?
Yeah,
What did I say about it?
I don't remember what you said.
There's a review.
Yeah, a film that is overwhelming but not my cup of tea.
Yep, that's about right.
Yep.
Not my cup of tea.
Yep. So I guess Jay himself doesn't have his own letterboxed.
Well, if you looked on Discord, you'd see a couple things that I gave you.
Oh, I got Jacob's. I just followed that one.
Yeah.
Um, and then I see the Google Doc you sent me.
Yes.
Oh dang, he saw Saltburn. I don't want to watch Saltburn, man. Or wait, I didn't open it. You know what? I was just like reading the description thing. Okay, let me. Yeah. Oh, so Emma's gonna be in this too?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't tell me that part.
This is a different Emma.
I don't know any Emma.
This is his sister Emma. You
Okay,
don't know
so
this Emma.
okay, is that also who you're following on Letterboxd?
No. Am I? Then yes.
It is.
I assume so. Or
Okay.
no, it's not.
No.
May or may not be following me. I have no idea. I don't know what people do.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't ask me. I'm all confused and crap. It's great. Oh, he has a letterbox? No, that's a different one. Okay.
The same.
You're confusing me with your mind tricks or whatever.
Sorry, I'm not trying to mind trick you. Okay. Okay, yeah. Saltburn is not something I want to watch, honestly. From a little bit I've heard about it, I don't know. It just doesn't really. I'm surprised he likes a haunting. Why am I talking about this? We've probably lost everybody by now.
He likes horror stuff. So
Haunting in Venice didn't strike me as horror, though.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I saw like reviews about Haunting in Venice, so I guess An Enemy Falls is something I've not heard. I've heard The Holdovers is good. Blackberry is a movie I do want to see, though.
Are you? What are you doing? Are you giving away?
I'm sorry. That's what I just said, and then you didn't stop me, so I kept talking. You want to edit this out?
No.
No.
Let's just end.
Okay. I'm
Can
sorry.
we end?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No, nobody's listening anyway. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. The next podcast episode will be about my final mixtape
Oh my
and whatever happens. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.